got organizations like Walmart announcing in advance a $10 minimum wage. How is that likely to reshape what other large companies are thinking, Neil?
Well, you're seeing a trend afoot in that area where a number of larger retailers are pushing up their floor, wage floor, essentially. An employer as large as Walmart, that actually starts to make a bit of a difference in changing the overall wage complexion around the country, and particularly because Walmart is big and very active in a lot of parts of the country where wages are not that high. So it's a little bit different than if you're talking about New York City or the Chicago area or L.A. And I think one of the big questions that even when Walmart made that move was never totally clear was this a bit of a sort of social statement on their part, a kind of a goodness of their hearts? And I think there was some element of that. I think there's been a lot of pressure put on a lot of these bigger retailers. But also to what extent it was just a reflection of a tightening job market and higher competition for wages. So far, interestingly, we've seen most of the really intense increases, and there haven't been many intense increases on the wage side, in the restaurant industry, oddly enough, which has been one of the fastest growing areas, and also, of course, one of the lowest wage growth areas. One of the reasons that we see wages being low is that where we are seeing increases is in the really low end of the wage scale, and we're not seeing a lot of that on the higher end, and particularly in the addition of jobs on that side. So you're not seeing a lot of people coming into the labor market making a lot of money compared to the number that are coming into the labor market making relatively little.
Diane, on Walmart, I lean toward the second of the two factors that Neil mentioned. Yes, every company wants good PR, but Walmart fundamentally is a conservative company that does things when it needs to do them, and that's a reflection of the fact that this labor market is tightening, and they are trying to get ahead of that.